So I'm from Washington, D.C. I think sports kind of run deep in my family. Well, back then, a lot of people get involved in like sports and stuff like that because I'm trying to stay off the streets and stuff. So I've been playing football since I was about 6. And, single parent family home, so kind of my mom, my aunt, and my grandma pretty much raised me. And I got picked up at New Orleans, so I was kind of like one of the top corners, did the combine and everything when I came out, and didn't get drafted, so I got picked up by the New Orleans Saints. Could have went anywhere. So I was there for my first 3 years. Started for 3 years, and then this year I was in the season with them. Got traded down here for the rest of this season. Then rest is history. Been able to do a lot of things, making money in the league and stuff like that, and helping others. And just being a big brother to some people back at home and stuff like that. So I told you I started a little couple of camps and stuff like that. And me and my uncle actually teams up. He got his own program, and we kind of like do a lot of stuff with kids too, similar to what you guys do, but kind of like in our community.
No doubt. That's why we do this program, because I want to get your point of view, and I want to get your point of view.
Okay.
What can we do to bring awareness to what's how I always tell people, everybody thinks they know the law, and that one person, even the police, that one person has read the law book.
Right.
Except for what we told.
It's different in different states.
And it's different in different states.
Right.
It's different in some counties.
Right.
Exactly.
And so we don't know the law. And I think if we had more understanding and more education on both sides, it would cut down on some of the issues that are brewing today.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I think that's what education with awareness. And so that's what prompted me to start this program, is because I got police officer buddies, and I got two sons at 16 and 17, and I deal with a lot of clients all the time. So it's like, okay, it can go left at any one of those, any one of those avenues. But if we bring some education and awareness to it, we can stop it. I don't want to say stop it, but cut down or get an understanding.
Like mine, I kind of grew up, like I was telling her, my aunt, my uncles, my cousins, like police officers. So we had camps, like Great Dare camps, those type of camps I was involved in since I was young. And I feel like those was during that time and leading up to like what's going on now. Those camps kind of like prepared me what to do, and stuff, and certain type of situations, the right from wrong, the laws and stuff like that. A lot of people get away from that type of stuff, so finding different type of things to like let people know what they're learning about what to do in situations and stuff like that.
So then, what are some of the community programs in Miami Beach that you guys have?
So I'm from the Community Affairs Unit, actually, and we actually combine with Police Athletic League, and we have the first of all, and just to start from the beginning, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
So once upon a time, we had a mentoring program, and we started our mentoring program in high school, and then we realized, wow, it's too late. We have to go back. So we chose to go to middle school. We got to middle school and realized it was too late. And we actually had to start. So we started what's called the first kindergarten cop program.
Okay.
And with the kindergarten cop program on Miami Beach, every kindergarten class has a officer assigned to it,
awesome.
and to mentor the kids. So they go once a week. They talk to the kids. They listen to the kids. And I can assure you, your children tell it all.
Mm-hmm.
They do not lie. They tell you everything that's
Straight.
going on in the house, and very direct, And it's the reason why we started from that, because, sometimes I'll be in Publix, I'll be in another grocery store, and the parent will say to the child, if you're not going to stop being bad, I'm going to get her. And he points to me.
Hey.
So now...
D, that was... Hey,
exactly.
you hit
yes,
that. You hit the...
Because now what did you do? You told that child
You put fear.
to be scared of me.
You put fear.
And now you're taking away the trust.
Yeah.
And we have to rebuild that. That takes years. Because you told that little kid, don't trust me, because I'm going to take him to jail. And that's totally the opposite that we want. And so we decided, hey, let's go into the kindergarten class and tell them, don't be afraid of us. Trust us. We're here to help you. Let us know what's going on. You can come to us. And we developed that, and that has been a very successful program. In addition to, we have police explorers. They start anywhere from 12 all the way up to they graduate from high school. And then they come and they give back on top of that. We're just getting ready to start a sponsorship for if you are in high school and you want to become an officer. We're starting a scholarship to do that based upon one of our fallen chiefs who passed away, and his wife wanted to do this scholarship in his honor.
Okay.
So we're starting that as well. We have tons. We have a Thanksgiving basket. Every child that's on free reduced lunch gets a Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh,
Why?
nice.
Because everyone has that perception that everybody live on Miami Beach is rich, which is totally opposite. I told you to come down here because this area is known as South of Fifth.
Okay.
This is $1 million to $1 billion location. But once upon a time, this was the worst location on Miami Beach, at South of Fifth, the worst. This is where all the gangs, the drugs, the shootings, once upon a time, this was how it was down here. And now look at it. The reason why I advise you to come over here, because that's the same thing that can happen in a child's life.
Right.
A child can start a different way, but could change to a different direction, just like this happened. And all we need to do is, have something in their life that they feel is workable, that they want to make that change, and that's what we do, especially with the Community Affairs Unit. We're very involved. We do a lot of programs for the children. PAL is consistently, we take kids the first time on a plane, and they live here on the Miami Beach, and people think they're rich, and they're not. We take them to Washington, and we show them, the White House and the Martin Luther King Museum, and we show them all over places that they've never been to. We do that for our children.
What is the demographics breakdown here in Miami Beach?
So the demographics, good question. Demographics is in the north end of the beach, which starts from 63rd to 87th, is mostly Latin American.
Okay.
In that area. That area consists of low income, Section 8, and very wealthy houses, all in one. So that area is very populated. Then what we call the middle section. The middle section is from 24th Street to 63rd Street. That's very Jewish location, very residential, very religious in that area. Also has a lot of businesses on that area. So that area is mostly Jewish community. And then of course here is a very diverse, very wealthy to middle class in this area. So even though, as I mentioned, we're 8 square miles, it's like we're 3 different cities in one.
Yep.
Because it's actually very different.
Do y'all do shop with a cop?
So we, as a matter of fact, this weekend, this Saturday coming up, is our toy drive.
Mm-hmm.
And what we do is the same kids that are on free reduced lunch, they come and they get to choose a gift. And we give out, and the line, we have at least about 600, 700, 800 kids lined up on Saturday morning, and we make sure that every child on Miami Beach gets a toy, because some kids won't have it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then also, remember, we were influxed when the hurricane happened in Puerto Rico. A lot of our kids are homeless from Puerto Rico that came here. So the numbers were doubled this year. We had numerous of turkey giveaways, and the lines were around the corner because of such the influx of kids that we have.
On the flip side of the influx, what was the crime? Did you see an increase in any certain type of crimes?
It wasn't such a change in terms of crime, but we just realized that we just have so many more,
Mm-hmm.
and we needed more resources and do more outreach in the schools, on the streets. We realized that, so we saw a difference in terms of that. But it's a great thing to bring our children here, because you can live here. You can make it. This is what we consider, this is Star Island. Huffy owns 2 homes over here, one on this side, one over here. Gloria Estefan lives here. Very rich developers live here. And why this can't be you? Absolutely, this can be you. as you mentioned, you can make this, you can dream this, you can have this, just like all of them had it.
Tell us a little bit about the POW program.
Okay, so actually, Miami Beach Police Athletic League is the actually oldest police athletic league in history. As I mentioned, they've been in existence over 50 years, and it started by one of our police officers at the time. They started it, and they, just wanted to have kids to be involved with police officers.
Mm-hmm.
And he came up with this idea: hey, let's have a police athletic league. And the actually building that Officer Martin lives in is the original building from back then, and it just such a great idea and great combination with an officer in a child's life. And it makes a difference. A lot of our PAL kids are actually police officers.
Wow.
They became police officers. They go to college. They're so involved in the community.
That's awesome.
So it
When you see
really
that
is
come full
amazing.
circle.
Correct.
It's like the kid I was telling you about, Javier Edwards.
Yeah.
We did a football camp in Houston many years ago, and he was at the camp. And so this year I was, getting stuff ready, preparing for this year's camps and looking at some, just going back to some stuff, looking at some old drills and stuff. And I said, man, that body posture kind of looks like Javi. And I got to looking, clicked onto the folder, and start going through all the pictures, and I'd be darned, it was Javi. Now as a client, but going through, our camps as a kid. So that's always fun when you see a kid go through a program and then come back and actually do work with the program.
Oh man, it makes such a difference in their lives, and they talk about it. And then like I said, when we take them and they do competitions, and it's everlasting in their life. They just never forget everything that they learned with the Police Athletic League.
What is this next to us over here on the left?
So this is the field, and the Police Athletic League and the Boys and Girls Center. They built this field on Parks and Recreation. It's a football field. They play football here, also soccer as well.
So this has no relation to any public school or private school. This is all.
No, right. This is from Parks and Recreation.
Wow.
Nice. Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, spend a lot of money building it.
Come in. Very good. Yeah, like
Yo!
How do you self-motivate yourself to push through and become the person you want to be?
I say just by staying in school, doing the right things. And even in your household, listen to your mom, just doing the right stuff to see. Like me, I went in a million years, I wouldn't have thought I'd be in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? So actually, I wanted to be a marriage counselor. So my degree is in psychology. So that's something I wanted to do. But there's nothing wrong with being like lawyers. I tell people all the time, it's not. I know it's only a small percentage of guys make it to the NFL, and BAM even know that. You feel me? So I just stick with y'all doing. I mean, wherever God takes you, leads you in your journey, and just go there. But I would not tell y'all I don't shoot to play football, sports, and stuff like that. I mean, I think I use this stepping tool like to take care of my family, and I've been doing a great job at it. So I feel like if you have a dream, man, go out to your dream, 100%.
You can achieve all your dreams. Think big. Don't think small. Think, as he said, think greatness, and you will achieve it. It is possible for each and every one of you to achieve whatever you want to be in life.